Hello. So I got four zodiac signs left. We're gonna do the next one right now. Hi, Bixby. Choose a number between 1 and 12.
Running some quick calculations. Drum roll, please. Your number is 8.
8. I already did it. I wanted 8 last time and I got it. Well, that's when I did Cancer. Hi, Bixby. See, Bixby do too much. You do too much. I'm sorry. We're gonna ask Siri. I appreciate the drum roll, but I ain't got time for 15 drum rolls because you give me the same number. Hey Siri. Hey Siri, choose a number between 1 and 12.
A random number between 1 and 12 is 5.
5 is Leo. Leo ain't been done yet? Okay. 5 is Leo, right? Yeah, it is. I guess with Bixby, it might activate less people's phones. So Leo, I had an idea. Oh, crap. There was a spread that I wanted to do. Oh, woo, I love this. And I wanted to write it down before I forgot what it was. So I'm just going to do that really quick, Leo. Bear with me. If you're watching this later, you can just skip ahead. Do I not have OneNote? I should have OneNote. I didn't. Oh, I was about to say. I'll put it in this section. There we go. Hello? Can I not draw? What? Okay, that's too big. I'm sorry. I'm just going to do circles. Okay. That should be enough to get me to remember. I know what I'm going to do now. It came to me when I was at work today. So anyway, Leo, I wanted to use the Diceology today. There was another thing I was going to do, but hey, Holly, how you doing? But I haven't. I forgot what it was. It was something to do with something. Today is Leo. I think I already did Libra. Right? Yeah, I did. No, I didn't do Libra. Wow. I thought I saw it on the list, but I guess not. Okay. If only you had come in a little bit earlier. Okay. I was like, I haven't used the Diceology in a minute. Oh, I'll use it for the next Zodiac. So, Leo. I'll get 2 of them. And then we'll see. Not yet. Oh, okay. Sorry. How are you, though? You just pulled in the driveway? Nice. Back from sunny California? Is this thing on? Nope, I have it paused at 11:47:37, and we're gonna play. I'm like less than. It's like 2 hours and 13 minutes until the end of this. I'm just like curious to see when it goes dark. All right, so we're starting with the 6 of spades, the ace of diamonds. I'll give it 3 more. Okay, no, that's too many. Sorry. Oh, no, still too many. All right. Oh, gosh. Stop. I mean, I was going to use other cards. Oh, my gosh. So, 6 of spades, ace of diamonds, 10 of spades, 2 of clubs, king of diamonds, 3 of spades, 7 of hearts. The 7 of hearts came out after the ace of diamonds. And then all these cards just like fell out. The only one in reverse is the 10 of spades. But I don't necessarily take reversals in this. The bottom of the deck is the 9 of clubs. So it's kind of black heavy. There's, well, maybe not. We got 3 spades, 2 diamonds, 1 heart, 1 club, and then another club at the bottom. This is more than I bargained for, but it was 97 the whole trip. Oof. But I'm glad you had a good time. Maybe the warmth is something you missed in Australia and Alaska. I got Swedish fishing friends. Ain't no fish. It's all friends. I was like, ooh, sea turtles and dolphins. But now I'm like, okay, but where's the fish? So, Leo, we have an internal truth burning to be seen. Oh, there's 3, 3, and 1. So I'm going to read the top line, the middle line, the bottom line. The top line, the middle line, the bottom line, and then the whole card. So the first row is an internal truth burning to be seen, a divine codex, and a powerful message duly received. The last card only has 2 lines. Oh, wait. Okay. Hold up. So for the third line, I'll use the numbers. The second line, and I guess I'll read the bottom line since it's in reverse. Delving inside to go beyond, a font of truth, collision or cohesion. A complete restructuring of home, a breathtaking sight that redefines beauty and allowing one's soul to breathe. What's interesting is if the 10 of swords, or if the 10 of spades, sorry, if the 10 of spades was upright, the second row would read, fueling the growing fire of truth, a fount of truth, collision or cohesion. But since the 10 of spades was in reverse, delving inside to go beyond is the line instead of that double truth. But delving inside to go beyond and then a fount of truth, that's like Ace of Cups energy for me. That's the wellspring. And then collision or cohesion, it's this energy of like when you delve inside, when you have that honest conversation with yourself about who you really are and what you're really about, it's like, how does the truth of you and who you are mesh? How do they align? Do they support one another, or does it cause like friction and subsequent tower moments, right? So this is interesting. An internal truth burning to be seen. A divine codex. And then the star, the wheel of fortune, Capricorn, the double crown, the throat, and the element of water. The bottom of the deck is stripped bare, a game of charades, a day with no mirror. She did. And then we got our Pisces upload. I was like, oh, snap, what? I feel like a lot of these have been in a way more than I bargained for. A lot of this is about truth. A lot of this is about your truth. And the restructuring power of your truth. And I don't know if Leo necessarily would have this problem, but it's like, since Leo is fixed fire, I just have the question of like, how comfortable is Leo with change in the sense of like who they are or how they present themselves? Because on one hand, I would think that they don't necessarily have a problem with it. I think they would be fine with it. But on another, I remember it was a while ago. Leo got a few reads that was like, you're going through a period of change and you're known and loved and appreciated and adored for one thing. But there's something else that maybe it's like it didn't receive the same praise or attention. Maybe because it wasn't seen, maybe because it wasn't appreciated. But because of that, it almost put Leo in the position to keep doing the thing that people liked. And that's the three of spades. I'm going to Google a cheat sheet really quick to see Lenormand correspondences to the cards on the table. To the cards on the table. Table. Playing cards, Lenormand. Let's see. Come on, come on, come on. Here we go. This not help. Oh, come on. I thought that was it too. I was like, oh, this is what I wanted. Usually I don't put well, I do usually put correspondences in it. Maybe this will give me what I want. Are you going to give me what I'm looking for? Yep, here it is. Okay. So the 6 of spades is the tower. The ace of diamonds is the sun. The 7 of hearts is the tree. So the tower, the sun, the tree. I love that energy because it feels like it brings an organic nature to the tower. Or it reminds us that the tower is alive. You know what I mean? The next line, the 10 of spades, is the ship. The 2 of clubs is the nothing. And the king of diamonds is fish. So the ship and fish. And then the 3 of spades is nothing. The 9 of clubs is the fox. Okay. So I want to pull, I think, a tarot for each line. I kind of want to feel an energy and pull before and after that energy. I'm going to go to the wild unknown because it's giving me that Ace of Cups energy. An internal truth burning to be seen, a divine codex, and a powerful message. No, it's not a powerful message you'll receive. And then it's what, Capricorn, the Wheel of Fortune, the Double Crown. So the Double Crown is when you transmit from your crown chakra rather than receive in it. And so it's basically like speaking to the universe on an energetic level or something like that, right? And then with the throat, so though that's two upper chakras of communication with the element of water here on the Seven of Hearts, Seven of Cups card. So the Wheel of Fortune with Capricorn, with that on the end of it, is the fishtail. And then 17 is the star. But with the star, I'm getting Aquarius. I'm getting your opposite, but it isn't really, because you're ruled by the sun, and the sun is a star. Maybe there is an energy, though. I don't know if Leo, if you're in a little bit of a hermit energy. It doesn't feel like it's a full hermit. But it feels like you're pulling back so that you can get a better idea of who you are, or so that you can get a better view of something. And so, because the sun is a star, and by the end of this first row, the sun, I'll pull before and after. I could say the star, but I don't want to say the star. No, okay. All I hear is my mom. I'm getting distracted. That's why I feel like Leo is pulling back a little bit, because it's going from the sun to the star. And so there are things that, like, we still use stars for, but star doesn't, they're not close enough to light up the sky and to give day. And they're not close enough to give, it's like their light doesn't necessarily help plants and those creatures photosynthesize. Like, there are bacteria that can like photosynthesize and stuff like that. I think. I'm pretty sure. It's also interesting. So every row has 3 elements: spades, diamonds, hearts. Spades, clubs, diamonds, and then spades. There's a spade on every one of these, though. So the spades are consistent. Devil on the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Pentacles and the Star and the Magician. And then the Six of Wands. So around the Star is Devil and the Ace of Pentacles versus the Magician and the Six of Wands. Maybe in the past, it's almost like maybe you thought you had to compromise in some way. Or maybe it's not compromise. Maybe it's an energy of like fixedness. It's like remaining fixed, but trying to get something completely new with that Ace of Pentacles. Whereas on the other side, with the Magician and the Six of Wands, it's almost like after you change. I read Libra. I don't think it was. I don't know if it was in this cycle of readings though. Maybe that's when I was going through all the zodiac. Because I remember for Libra, it was like there's something that Libra is trying to change, but because Libra is the scales, it has to give something to get something. So when Libra changes, the thing changes. And it's almost like that energy here. Or with the Six of Wands and the Magician. Or when you complete a sort of phase of your transition cycle, then you come into an ability to initiate more yourself. And to not be so reliant on others, question mark. This first row is also 6A7. 6 plus 1 equals 7. But does air plus earth equals water? Or we could take it the other way and go water minus air. Or water minus earth equals air. Ooh, the sun is at the bottom of the deck now. The sun, the ace of wands, and the magician. Where it was on the pinnacle before. An internal truth burning to be seen. I'm going to go for the 7 of wands, actually, for this, which is, for me, a card of minor strength, especially in the Witch's Tarot. Somebody had, I don't know if it was general, it was minor strength, pre-strength, and then temperance. Excuse me, and then full strength. Minor strength is, for me, the 7 of wands. Pre-strength is the Knight of wands, and then strength is full strength. Right. Cut that in half. Oop. Ooh. Why is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? So, 6 of Cups, Father of Pentacles. The Father of Swords is right behind the Father of Pentacles, and the Father of Swords was after the 6 of Wands. It was the Magician, the 6 of Wands, and the Father of Swords. But these are outside. I feel like this plays on the next line a little bit more. Because it's like the Father of Swords, his wisdom, the Father of Pentacles, sorry. The Father of Pentacles' wisdom is tied to this subterranean energy here. And this actually makes me think of that Ace of Pentacles. I'm pretty sure I didn't pass it. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, the sun and the star are together now. Oh, the Ace of Pentacles is with the world. You see? But it's like these lines that go to the center. It makes me think of like the tree and then these dark lines there. So before the 7 of Wands, this is the 7 of Wands. I chose this image as an internal truth that's burning to be seen. And it feels like as this thing becomes more true, other things sort of fall away. Around that is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse with the 3 of Swords. I actually like the Wheel of Fortune in reverse because in this deck in particular, the 3 of Swords for me, it's when heartache, pain, trauma, anything. It keeps us from doing something. It's like these three swords bound by the red ribbon. Like this is a corridor, but it's blocked by these three swords. So there's this path in our internal temple, or there's this path in our external life that is blocked because of heartbreak, heartache, trauma, whatever. But with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it feels like something is coming to the light. So it feels like these swords are actually falling away. And as those swords, it feels like that fire. It feels like the fire from the Seven of Wands is gonna like burn the thread. And I was like, okay, so this row is missing fire. Well, at the bottom of the deck was this Nine of Clubs, which is the fox, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm remembering correctly. And it stripped bare a game of charades, a day with no mirrors. A day with no mirrors. It's, I guess you could say it's an energy where we take accountability for ourselves. But it's also just like, how do you know what you look like if there are no mirrors? Like you can look down, but you can't see yourself fully because of how we're set up anatomically. We can't see ourselves. So how would we know? There's more fire. So under that Nine of Clubs is the Four of Clubs, understanding the unseen, grasping the subtle in a sacred vessel. I've been playing a lot of Pyramid. And by playing a lot of Pyramid, it's like when I can sit down at work, I'm playing Pyramid in the Microsoft Solitaire collection or whatever. And 6 plus 7 is 13, so that would clear those off. No, 9 plus 4 is 13, so that would clear those off of the board. There's also a 6 and a 7 remaining in this top line. So all would be left is the ace, and you would pair a queen with the ace. Actually, so the 7 of hearts could clear the 6 of spades. The 10 of spades could clear the 3 of spades. The king clears itself. And so you would just need a queen and a jack to clear the ace of diamonds and the 2 of clubs. So I'm going to go through really quick and just find the first queen and the first jack. Oh, 2 jacks together. So the jack of hearts and the queen of hearts are the first 2 that I saw. And these are going to clear the last 2 after we're done. So yeah, maybe Leo, as you like pull back from people, maybe there's something that you're realizing in terms of like the role that you've always played in a certain group setting or in society. I don't know. And it feels like the role that you played kept you from being able to do other things. Or it's just like reaching a space where you really have to take care of yourself. And because you have to take care of yourself, you just don't have as much to give to everybody else. Working through that 3 of swords. And with that Wheel of Fortune again, it's like as you come into your own, it's almost like for Leo energy, it's no surprise or it's no wonder that you coming into yourself fully, being in your authenticity, would help you bring things in, would help you manifest. Because like Leo is Leo. So that would be like you being in your energetic modality by being the light that you are. And then I almost wonder if like you just be a beacon, like moths to a flame. Things would just be like effortlessly attracted to you, or more effortlessly, you know. So the next line, delving inside to go beyond, a fount of truth, and collision or cohesion. So, like I already mentioned, this is going to be before and after the Ace of Cups. Oh, look at this. The Seven of Hearts and the Nine of Wands, or the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Wands are together. So that for me is just confirmation that the Nine of Clubs does go at the end of the line that was terminated with the Seven of Hearts, right? Cool. Oh, here we go. Oh, something really interesting is happening in your energy, though. So this time we're definitely subtracting. So you have the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Swords outside. This makes it look like you're dealing with a very specific part of this ring, right? Because, like, it's almost like this is the rainbow. I guess it's inverted, but still. Like, this is the rainbow, and this is the sky, right? Because, like, that would be that, like, between these two lines on the ring, or between the two lines here, it's like that would be the ring. What's interesting is, though, no, it's not inverted. It's just that little, because you can see in the center it's dark. So it's like way down there. But again, it's like delving inside to go beyond. So it's not outside of what was expected. What's interesting is that, so it's the Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. So we had a 6, a 7. Now we get an 8, a 7. Now this is a subtraction. 8 minus the 1 would give you the 7. Just like the 6 plus the 1 would give you the 7. And what's also interesting is because at the cut again, so it's like 7, ace, 6. So there is something about, there are these energies that are like sort of in place. I don't know if they're falling into place or if they're rising into place, but it's like gaps being bridged. The Seven of Spades for me in this, the Seven of Swords, sorry, for me in this deck in particular is the card of Birthright. So we have an energy of birthright that is sitting outside of the wellspring. What's up with these readings? It's fine. And then the spider is there. The 8 is pressing into the web of the spider. You see, it's almost like the 8 is sitting on it. And in a way, it's making me think of that 3 of Swords. It's like this is an area that the spider can't build in because the Roman numeral 8 is there. And there's a 3 in that, right? So there's a 5 and a 3 there. 5 and 3 to make the 8. So on one hand, it's the Three of Swords, the area that can't be um, entered. So now I got to find the first 5. And this 5 will clear this 8. It's a different deck. It doesn't matter. I don't have to find the 5. The 5 is just changed. And again, it's like as you work through that Three of Swords, the changes will be made through that healing process to get you to be able to access that area. It's also interesting that 7 swords are revealed. Our 6 swords are revealed, and the 6 of Swords is right here. Right under the 6 of Swords is the 6 of Pentacles. So double 6s. The 8 of Pentacles is a card of practice, the practice that it takes to achieve and attain a certain level of mastery. It's also a card of apprenticeship. Well, I guess it's in between apprenticeship and mastery. Because it's like you're not necessarily working under the master anymore. Now you're going out and you're like making a name for yourself. Like you've already graduated from under your master. Now you live life. You live life and you work and you learn to adopt and adapt. You learn to adopt different things to adapt to different situations. And all the time that you're doing this, there's this like resonance game of like, does this fit with me? Does this feel right? If yes, you hone it, develop it further, or you incorporate it in some way. If no, you go in a different direction, you pivot. And since the 9 clears the 4, I'm going to go ahead and pull this. Understanding the unseen, grasping the subtle in a sacred vessel. It's interesting, though, because it feels like the vessel holds a certain level of divinity within it already. But again, that's not surprising because delving inside to go beyond, when you delve inside, you find that fount of truth. So it's already there. And it's like, yes, it's already there within all of us. But sometimes it's something that we have to find. What is really interesting for this, though, is that I don't necessarily think of Leo. I don't necessarily think of Leo as an introspective energy, but it's like, well, the light has to come from somewhere, right? If the light bulb isn't screwed in, then there's no light. So something has to be connected somewhere for Leo to be Leo. So then I wonder if it's just something that Leo holds so naturally that it doesn't think to question it, or it doesn't think to go to the source of it. It's almost like something that you accept about life. When I do this, that happens. Now here's a 6 to cancel. So the 6 of hearts or the 6 of diamonds, sorry, was behind the 4 of clubs. The 6 of diamonds is a single blade cuts through the tempest, calming the winds, a dislodged hunk of cheese. That 6 clears this 7. So I could go find that 5. It's fine. A complete restructuring of home, a breathtaking sight that redefines beauty and allowing one's soul to breathe. I don't know So there's some corridor inside of the self that is now open. That open corridor closes a circuit, which allows power to flow in ways that it wasn't before. As you follow those lines of power back to the control room, you discover whatever truth lies close-ish or at the heart of your being. Maybe it's like between in the precipice between like your soul and the heart of your being, like your soul and your essence. Don't ask. You find that thing, and in finding that thing, it activates the birthright in some way. Now, with all of that activated, that is a complete restructuring of home. That's a complete restructuring of the self that just happened, right? And in allowing one's soul to breathe, it feels like through that open corridor, there is a deeper level. It feels like a deeper level of expression of one's truth. And I like a deeper level of expression of one's truth because it doesn't imply that you were ever untrue to yourself. It's just like now you can be more true. You know what I mean? Or at least that's how I'm feeling it. So that could be the Eight of Wands. Oh, well. A card just fell out, and it's the High Priestess. The bottom of the deck is the Four of Cups with the Mother of Cups. And then the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles was behind the Ace of Pentacles wherever I saw it. No, it was the Ace of Pentacles, the World, and then the Four of Pentacles. I think this is where I stop because both the Mouse and so the Queen of Cups and the SKT is my card, but it's because they're both covering like these cups. So, and then the High Priestess came out, right? And with the Black Moon being here, with the Dark Moon being here, oh, look at that. The light and dark side of the moon in the same phase. I like this. Okay. So the Queen of Cups is in space. She's not on Earth. So she can position herself to see the light and dark sides of the moon at the same time. She can position herself at the divide. She can, it's just like she'll be able to get both sides, right? Also, the Queen of Cups is like pre-High Priestess energy. Now, oof, maybe I got a little. Oh, look at this! The Queen of Hearts! That was the first queen I saw. Okay. Because I was going to say, maybe I got a little bit ahead of myself because this Queen of Cups right here would cancel out that Ace of Pentacles. Or the Ace of Diamonds, sorry. And then I would just need a Jack for the 2. I was going to say, though, with that dark moon, it feels like there are things that you experienced in this life that are going to be important to keep in mind as you exercise your truth. And I don't know if that's because, like, when you get into, because I guess I could imagine Leo as one that can potentially get easily carried away with itself. And it's not necessarily in an entirely selfish way. But it just feels like an energy that can be so excited it almost like tunnel visions a little bit. Because it just like it wants to do the thing or get it done or have the experience or whatever. I think too the opposite of that could be true. To realize that there's more than just your experiences, or there's more than the experiences that you've already had. So don't allow that to get you to sell something short. And I think that goes back to that Three of Swords. With that blockage being removed, it's no longer a factor when it comes to determining your energetic experience or your physical experience in an energetic calculation sort of way. Right? It's like if there's something that you're doing, it's like if you have a friend that has dietary restrictions and you're planning to go out to eat, you would keep those in mind, right? So maybe there are certain places that you wouldn't go to because then, like, they are what they can eat there would be extremely limited. And that's something that you do because you care about your friend also having a good time. It's not like, well, I don't care what they're going to eat. This is where I want to go. This is what I feel like eating. They can go somewhere else, so they can not come. But it feels like it's like you reach a point where those dietary restrictions are no longer a concern. And so now, like, there are places that you can eat that you wouldn't necessarily have eaten before. Or like the other person's dietary restrictions have changed. So now they can like eat at your favorite place or whatever. Right. And so that's why it's an energy of like, don't allow past situations, limitations, or experiences to dictate sort of like what you go after now and moving into the future. And it's like because those restrictions are lifted, now there are things that are available to you. And it's like it wouldn't be available if you weren't ready for it. It's like it wouldn't present itself. I think there's also an energy of who you're becoming. Because it feels like you would be the Mother of Cups in this situation. Hold up. Oh, the High Priestess came out. Okay. I was like, I know I didn't go looking for the Four of Cups. Why is this in the middle here? I think there might be. It's interesting because this is the first time I'm feeling any resistance. It feels like the light is trying to come in, but the mouse is like shielding these cups from receiving that light. So that could be unpleasant experiences that you hold on to for whatever reason. And like with all of the energy before this, it just feels like it's like experiences that you no longer need to hold onto. Like it's things you can let go of now. And with this complete restructuring of home, maybe at one point it was so core to your foundation. Maybe you had a negative experience, and that negative experience has motivated you to do your very best at everything to prove somebody wrong or to show somebody what they missed out on. But it's just like now it's time to live your life outside of that. You know what I mean? Because as long as you're proving, it's almost like that's still a certain element of control that situation has. And it feels like it's like a control over your happiness in a way or fulfillment. But again, in that the sun becoming a star, it just almost plays into that energy of like living your life for you. More for you and less for others. And the more you live your life for you, the more you have to give to those that matter, or to those who are going to sort of like go along with you, to those who are going to be in your solar system, right? And their orbits can range from Mercury to Pluto. Maybe they're not all going to be super close. Maybe some of them will just be like acquaintances, some more like Saturn. Maybe some of them will be like family, so more like Venus. I don't know. I don't know. More like Earth or the moon. Like wherever the moon is, or wherever Earth is, the moon is going to basically be there. So, um, yeah. So the two cards that I pulled to pyramid the rest of these out. The Queen of Hearts, a candle burning on both ends, inversion, a revelation of self and accountability. The Jack of Hearts, an inn that welcomes weary travelers, a hot tub that soaks all one's worries away, and a sly grin. I like the inversion energy of that Queen of Hearts because that feels like the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, where now we see the sun where before it was only the moon. Also, the revelation of self is like, that's pretty cool. And it also feels like relevant to this. With the Jack of Hearts, so this card, it's all about like when we've been on the journey and it's like we're journey weary and we just want a break. And then we get a break. It's like the attachment to that break that starts to develop as we think about getting back on the journey. It's like when it's Sunday evening and it's almost time to go to bed because you got to go to work tomorrow, if that's your life. If it's not your life, imagine. Or pick a metaphor that's more suitable to your life. It's like that the end of the break is coming and it's going to be time to get back to work. Now, the thing with the Jack of Hearts is how easy it can be to sort of get stuck in the weekend. But the thing I like about the inversion on that Queen of Hearts, it's almost like the Queen of Hearts is saying, like, although we are going back to work, it doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be a chore. Like, work can be something that we enjoy. Or we can find enjoyment or create enjoyment at work. It doesn't have to be the thing that you dread or fear, which I think again is the High Priestess, the Four of Cups, more particularly in the Mother of Cups. It feels like something that maybe the divine would be communicating with the High Priestess, but it's like, how much do you believe it with the Mother of Cups and the Four of Cups? So let me pair these up. The 7 goes with the 6. This ace goes with this queen. This 3 goes with this 10. The king is by itself. The 2 goes with the jack. And then this 9 and this 4 from the bottom of the deck, they take care of each other. So what I like about this is like the subconscious is taking care of the subconscious. It's like the divine is handling everything that the divine is handling. Like everything that they got to worry about and take care of and address, like everything on the back end, everything outside of your control is being aligned. It's being taken care of. All you got to do is worry on, like, focus on showing up as you as you can. And then maybe allow the situation to show you where you can show more of yourself, or maybe allow the situation to show you where you can like pull back a little bit. Because it's not necessarily about things that you don't like that aren't yours to worry about. So these two would be together here. This one would be with this. this one would be with this question mark. So then, hold up. So it was that, and then this, and then this. It was the 10 of spades. It was spades, diamond, heart, spades, club, diamond. Spade, club. So this would go here. And then the diamond would go here. And then this would go here. Okay. So I paired up the Diceology cards, and then I tried to pair the Water-Known Clarifier to the Diceology. So the first row is basically, it stays together with the energy of the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Three of Swords. That is, oh, and look, on the Seven of Hearts, a favorable turn of fortune. Look at that. So this is, it's an internal truth burning to be seen, and the yin side of masculinity. So with both of these, it's like it's another side to something. It's another side, maybe to life, besides just pain and heartbreak and disappointment and failure. Maybe it's like the opposite of all that. So it's like it's joy, it's success, it's abundance, and it's receptivity and love. And then the 10 of spades and the 3 of spades is the 8 of pentacles and the high priestess. I love that the complete restructuring of home involves the spider building its home, basically the nest or the web. And then that like delving inside to go beyond, fueling the growing fires of truth with the high priestess. Is here. Oh, I think I'm trying to see the cards. Thank you. So the Jack of Hearts is paired with the 2 of Clubs. So we get the Ace of Cups and the Mother of Cups. This is the cup unblocked by the mother. Just like it needed to receive light, like they needed to receive light at the 4 of Cups. It's like when she moves her wing, it now we get like all the starlight, cosmic light that goes inside. Jack of Hearts and the 2 of Clubs. 2 of Clubs is embodying hope, a font of truth, a tongue of light. The Jack of Hearts is that in. It's that dreading the Monday. So this is that energy where it's like, well, Mondays don't have to be what Mondays have always been. You can make a Monday fun. But I feel like that's the energy of embodying hope. It's like you have to be of the mind, you have to be of the attitude to make a Monday fun and to allow a Monday to be fun. Because like if you have a dreaded case of the Mondays, it's almost like your attitude in that situation is going to dictate and determine your experience, because it's almost like no matter what happens, you're already like your attitude, with that attitude, you're already determined to have a set experience. So it doesn't matter what occurs within that day, you're going to have that experience. Which is why, again, it's like be open to receiving more or be open to receiving something else. Also, I feel like it is, again, it's like understanding your own limitations. No matter how intuitive or psychic you are, no matter how strong your discernment is, like you don't know everything. So it's like just like allow the divine to surprise you in a way. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, I'm not saying to completely disregard. Oh, I got a fish. Thank you. One of these was actually the fish. I don't remember. But it is like, it's like, don't disregard your intuition and discernment, but at the same time, it's like, don't, like the Queen of Cups is not the High Priestess. Like, yes, she's very intuitive. Yes, she's very psychic. Yes, she's very connected. But I don't know, it's like there's still things that is outside of her realm of whatever. So don't limit yourself, especially under the guise of whatever. So last is the Ace of Diamonds and the Queen of Hearts. The lines that I love here, it's a revelation of self and an arrow that pierces the heavens and breaks the clouds. But it feels like as that arrow pierces the heavens, it feels like something pours down out of it. And it's making me think of the gate of Sahakiel and how it talked about like the sky flowed down to fill the valleys or something like that. I was going to use the year 2 Angelarium. That's what I was going to do. But I forgot. So maybe I'll go live and do another sign and pull that one. That's coming with the 7 of Wands and the 4 of Cups. Look how similar these energies are. In the realm of fire, they're not being lit. In the realm of cups, they can't be filled. Four plus 7 is 11. But since we have opposing elements, it's almost like they would cancel each other out. So it feels like they would logically cancel each other out. But it's like you got to find a way where they can add to each other to get you that 11, rather than canceling out to get you a 3 of air, which is the 3 of spades, which is the 3 of swords. Air being the steam that is created when water meets fire, or the water that's evaporated, either heated water vapor or just evaporated water. But that literally goes back to collision or cohesion in the King of Diamonds. It's like trying to get these energies to be cohesive with each other and to build upon each other and support each other to get you that 11, rather than them like pitted against each other, working against each other, disharmonious and creative like interference where they tear each other down. The King of Diamonds is a bell that brings the physical and a bell that brings the physical and intangible into harmony as it pulses out into the universe, collision or cohesion. But with that, and that comes out with the card of birthright. That was the 7 of spades. And just like the king stands by itself alone in pyramid, like you can stand by yourself alone with that birthright, sort of like that's like with it being the power of your birthright. And I love that the birthright card came out on top of the king, because it's like it was the king's birthright to be on that throne, regardless of if it was like a royal inheritance or if it was a throne that was like 6 of Wands earned. In the grand scheme of the playings out of the world and the universe, that king was destined for that throne. It was inevitable. And that makes me think of Reem's. It was the Samurai Mandala or the Four Swords Mandala, I'm pretty sure. And it was about turning the impossible into the inevitable. And it's like it's impossible when this 3 of swords energy is in play and the wheel of fortune is upright. It's impossible because it's like it's not seen. It's so easily missed. But when this goes in reverse, and when that pathway opens up, it's like, oh, like that's the one thing, right? And as you start working down that path, as you start working towards that, that's when the high priestess can reveal more and more truth to you. And that's when you can get a lot more clarity in that truth. And so now you can start to use these like downloads that you receive, or those nudges, or your intuition. You can start using it to build towards something that is going to last, or to start building towards the thing. And I believe we can have many things that might not be the one thing, but you can start using it in a way that it's almost like it enhances your experience, right? And as you do that more and more and more, you're going to be able to receive in ways that you weren't able to before. And then slowly but surely, the fox is going to reveal the seventh sword that was always in your possession. Maybe the fox is holding the sword until you can get everything. And it's like until you can get everything orderly enough that the introduction of this information doesn't cause a complete like breakdown or a mental collapse. You know what I mean? Where it can become a truth that we can handle. And then with the 9 and the 4, there's nothing. These don't have any cards with them. It's just this energy. Stripped bare. Well, there you go. They don't get no cards because it's stripped bare. Stripped bare, a game of charades, a day with no mirrors, understanding the unseen, grasping the subtle in a sacred vessel. What I like about these two together is we have a day with no mirrors at the end of 9, and then the beginning of 4 is understanding the unseen. Because it was that question of like, well, without a mirror, how do you know what you look like? Because of the way our anatomy, physiology is set up, we can't see ourselves. We don't have detachable eyes that we can turn around like a camera, like a selfie phone, whatever. But with the energy of understanding the unseen and grasping the subtle, that feels like some kind of skill that we pick up, maybe. Or it's just, I don't know if it's the evolution of other senses to be able to make up for what is lacking in sight, or if it's like the unlocking or the discovery of new senses because of that sensory deprivation. But either way, that's beyond the scope of this. It's not like beyond this, like that's beyond. It feels like that's after the sword is returned. And after the sword is returned, it can be anything, right? That's not for me to know. That's for you to find out as you live life. More and more you, more and more unchained, unbound, and free. All right, Leo. Well, this all looks very exciting. Um, it does feel though, because again, it's interesting that with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Three of Swords, I think it was Gemini. I think it was the light of Gemini when it was like all of the healing that you need to do is already done. Now you just need to allow that healing to blossom. And we allow healing to blossom by being our healed self in our everyday life. Then we encounter new situations and we have new experiences because of the things that we're now positioned or then positioned to be able to do that previously we weren't open to for whatever reason. Um, But yeah, with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Three of Swords, it feels like, to a certain degree, like the healing was already done, but it still feels like there's a fair amount of trepidation for some reason. And how do you get over that? You do your best. And you try a little bit more every time until you get there. There you go. That was interesting. All the best, Leo. Thanks for being here, Holly. I hope y'all have a good whatever whenever you see this. I hope you're acting in alignment to make all that you wish to experience your reality. And until next time, Libra, brighter and brighter. Did I say Libra? I said Libra. Until next time, Leo, brighter and brighter. Maybe that's what I'll title this. Brighter and brighter. I think I will. All right.